Welcome to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman, the podcast dedicated to helping you build the business of your dreams and live the life you always hoped for, with valuable and fun tips and info to make your life easier and more fun. And now, here's your host, a man who sprinkles metal shavings on his breakfast cereal just for fun, Jason Silverman.
Hello everybody and welcome to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman. I'm your host, Jason Silverman, and I'm thrilled to share some time with you today. Guys, today's show is going to be absolutely fabulous, as I have the opportunity to pick the brain of somebody super smart and really cool too. I'm confident that today's show is going to provide you with an extremely important education about some marketing practices that you're probably not doing, or at best are probably not doing with maximum efficiency. Sound cool? My guest today is the real deal, as you'll immediately see once this conversation gets going. Most of you know that I'm always on the hunt for superstar real deal guests who can share some success secrets with you that you can implement today. And today's guest is, plainly put, a fantastic person who truly gets the joke. So I'm excited to pick his brain a bit today, so that you benefit from his experience and his wisdom. Now, for the folks who I work with in any of my coaching programs, my mastermind groups, or through Powerful Words character development, all-star cheer sites, or dance sites done right, you know how much I focus on leveraging every possible online marketing opportunity that you can, right? Well, today's show is going to help you to do just that, and do it in a way that you probably haven't even thought of before. So, today it's going to be my honor and privilege to share an amazing resource with you. You're going to love today's guest. He's got a ton of valuable information to help you succeed, and we're going to have some fun doing it today together. So what I want you to do is strap yourself in. Today's show is going to be awesome. As I'm sure you already know, I'm committed to helping business owners just like you to become more successful, enjoy your career more, and in general, make your life significantly more fun. All right, boys and girls, it is now the time to stop surfing Facebook, put away your phone, your tablet, your dog, your cat, your child, or anything else that might distract you from today's show. You're about to get some great and immediately implementable information, and I don't want you to miss even a second of it. So, before we get going, let me give you a little bit of background about our guest. Gary George is the founder and CEO of Blazin Multimedia, a creative and marketing solutions company specializing in web and mobile development, online marketing, SEO, pay-per-click, local search, video, mobile, and social media marketing. Gary is an internet technology and marketing expert, a thought leader and consultant to a variety of global business leaders, entertainers, celebrities, and athletes. Early in his entrepreneurial career, Gary served high-profile clients including Vonage, Virgin Records, the United Nations, Panasonic, Rockefeller Records, Jay-Z, and many more. Folks, this is The Real Deal. Gary, welcome to The Real Deal. I'm thrilled to have you today.
Oh, thanks so much, Jason. It's a pleasure being here.
Fabulous, fabulous. Hey, before we get started, for those who haven't had the opportunity and pleasure of meeting you, take a second, share your story with our listeners. What are you passionate about? What makes you tick? Who is Gary George?
Ah, man, yeah, that's a good deep question there. Well, I am a person who has been born and bred to be an entrepreneur since birth. That's what I really say about myself. I knew since day one that I was always going to be a business owner, an entrepreneur, and I had always sold things. From my early elementary school days of selling candy in school to selling tops and toys to actually starting a mail order business when I was not even a teenager, but about 12 years old. I started that one. So it has been in my blood. It's just something that I live for. On top of that, I had a very technical background because my father was a very successful engineer. He's one of the great engineers at Bell Laboratories, which were the old Silicon Valley, who created all of the chipsets and transistors and everything that we use currently in our computers today. They were those guys inventing that stuff way back when I was just a toddler. So I saw so much of that stuff, and I think it all got burned into my brain. So now I'm a combination of both sides. Yep, the technical and the creative.
I love it. I love it. Well, I think your experience and your passion will gel nicely, especially with today's interview. So I want to dive right in because I have a list of questions that I want to pick your brain on. Many people who know me personally know that I use this podcast as a way to really better my understanding of some topics that I'm not that well versed in, and I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to know about. So I'm ready to pick your brain. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Shoot,
Marvelous.
Let's go.
All right, do me a favor. Some words and some letters and alphabet soup that's thrown around pretty easily in the industry is SEO and PPC. Mm-hmm. For people who don't know what the heck I'm talking about, what is that? What are they?
Yep. I'll explain. SEO stands for, it's an acronym for Search Engine Optimization. And that's the one most business owners are a little bit familiar with. They kind of understand that you need to rank positively on Google to get some traffic to your site. So what we do as search engine optimization strategists is we do all of the things that is necessary to make sure that your site does rank positively for any particular keyword that's applicable to your business. So we will find all the keywords that people are searching for, the most popular ones that they're actually going out to find, and search for your type of product or service, and we're making sure that you rank high within the Google search results. So that's the core of SEO. PPC is another acronym short for pay per click. And that was, it is when you see on Google, you do a search and you see some sponsored ads on the top and on the right-hand side. Sometimes they're shaded, sometimes they're not. Google changes it around a lot. But those are people who are agreeing to pay for position. They haven't optimized their site to appear in the regular organic search results, as you would as SEO, but they're actually paying and agreeing to say, okay, Google, I will pay X amount of dollars for every click that comes to my website. So that is the difference between pay-per-click and search engine optimization.
It's probably the best explanation I've heard. And for what it's worth, I've spoken to a ton of, I think, very, very smart people. This is clearly the easiest to understand. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Yes, I will keep it. I'll try to keep it as layman's terms as possible.
That is music to my ears. All right. So, just as far as order, because, I'm a firm believer that success leaves clues. Success usually has a recipe. And order is usually pretty important. Do you recommend doing SEO or pay-per-click first?
That's another great question. I would say, and this is a strategy and that we use very frequently for our customers. We tell our customers, of course, if you can afford it, we want to do both. We want 100% of the market. We want to get everything that we can possibly get. So we want to do both. If you can't afford to do both, then we tell them, okay, we're going to find the fastest path to profitability. And the fastest path to profitability is going to be our means of doing pay-per-click. Because pay-per-click allows you, just like I said, you can pay for position. I can pay Google and I can instantly be shown on the first page of Google in the sponsored ads section of the Google search results. So that's going to give us the ability to go out, make our clients some money, and then they can reinvest into and expand into also doing search engine optimization and making their site appear in the regular organic search results. So we use both of the tools, but if you do have a limited budget, we do suggest that you do pay-per-click first because it's just going to get you the fastest way to get some type of profit and action going.
That makes sense. It makes a ton of sense. I know a lot of my clients and certainly a lot of my listeners are probably wondering, okay, so if I go out and hire, an SEO firm or somebody who does pay-per-click for me, I always say, talk to somebody first, figure out what the pitfalls are, what they need to know. So what are some of the things you need to look out for when you're selecting a firm like this, an SEO firm or anybody like that?
Yeah, yep, definitely. Well, when you're selecting a firm, the first thing you want to look at more than anything else is their prior work, their prior successes. That is the key to it all in a nutshell. Well, no matter what the business is, just like we do and do our due diligence on whatever vendor that you may hire, it's the same thing. It boils down to their history. And anyone could tell you, yeah, I'm great at SEO, I'm great at paper, but show me the numbers because it's very black and white. It's very statistical. So it's very easy to prove that I've had success or not had success. So the first thing you should do is definitely say, show me some of the results that you've been able to produce. The second thing, I'll speak specifically to SEO because a lot of people get confused about this, and there's a lot of firms who are a little bit, unscrupulous in the way that they do business. They'll show you tons of results that they've gotten for their clients, but there'll be these obscure keywords like plumbers in Westchester, Idaho, you can rank really easily. I can get you top 10 on that in a day, because there's no competition. There's 10 people searching for that keyword in a whole month. But if you have a keyword that really gets a lot of traffic, or something like yellow cars or Mustang or something like that, that's a lot more competitive keyword, and that's going to show you that person has a lot better skill set. So don't fall for the trick of looking at all of these smaller keywords. That's the biggest mistake I see most of our clients who come to us after years of dealing with these other companies have done. They're like, oh, we got all these great results, but we really didn't make any money. And then we look at the keywords and we say, that's why, because they were just optimizing you for a bunch of junk keywords that's going to get you 100 people a month. That's not enough. We got to go after words that really get volume. So definitely look out for that. Pay-per-click wise, I would say same thing. You have to look at the results. You have to look at how much of a return they were able to produce. And that's what pay-per-click boils down to. Many of our clients are reserved about pay-per-click. Some of them come to us and say, well, I don't want to pay for traffic. I want to do SEO because I don't want to pay. And we say, you're paying either way. You're going to pay us to do SEO, which is going to take a little longer, but it's going to last longer. Or you're going to pay for us to do pay-per-click, which is the same thing. But at the end of the day, it's not about how much you're paying. It's just about how much you're making back. And that's our sole measurement on everything we do. And what I call true marketing. Marketing is not an expense, it's an investment. And if it's not an investment in giving you return, it's not marketing.
No, it's entertainment.
Exactly.
I used to call it advertising porn. But, what would you say, as far as, clearly you're talking about return on investment here. So from the ROI perspective, would you say that pay-per-click or SEO is more effective?
From an ROI perspective, I would say that's a tough one because it does depend on the industry that you are in. But as a general, for the most part, SEO is will produce the biggest return on investment. Now, the thing about SEO is that it takes time for us to get you positioned. It doesn't happen instantly. Like pay-per-click was the reason why I said you should do pay-per-click first if you have a limited budget to get immediate return. SEO is a longer-term strategy. It may take us 2 months, 3 months to get you in position. But once you get in that position and we solidify you there, you can ride that position for years and accumulate all of it's like a surmountable exponential increase in the amount of business that you get the longer that you do SEO. So I've been able, for most parts, to see a bigger ROI come back from SEO, but pay-per-click is also a beast and something that we use in the tool set and something that we also definitely recommend as well.
Got it. Here's something I'd love your take on. Clearly, and I'm very well versed with all the lovely changes that Google likes to make almost on an hourly basis. How would you describe how SEO has changed over the past even 12 months?
Wow, yeah, it has been some huge changes. And SEO has been so drastically turned over the past 12 months that I would say about 40%, I would say about 40 to 50% of the SEO firms are gone. They have folded up and packed up their shop because they were just using very low-level techniques that was gaming that Google was allowing them to game the system, and their algorithms have changed so dramatically. Google has the best and smartest, brightest engineers in the world, and they're only going to allow you to manipulate their search engines for so long if you're not producing what they want. And that's the key. You have to do SEO in conjunction with actually producing a great result. We can't do SEO for a site that's garbage, because after a while, people are going to click there and they click back, and Google's recording that information. They are understanding. Now they're using that data to look at engagement. So if someone goes to your site out of Google search results, they do a search, they find your site, they click to it, and then they don't find what they're looking for, and they click the back button, Google looks at that as a black mark against your site because you didn't give them what they were looking for. Google's bread and butter is their search results. Everything else you see Google doing all is based and tied around their search results. The reason they give you the free Google Chrome browser, the reason they give you Google Calendar, the reason they give you all this free stuff is because they're monitoring and tracking all of everything that you do to better their search results. So that's the real kicker when it comes to Google and their search and how you have to have great content. Now, you can't fool the game. You have to have good content as well to really make a significant impact in the online marketing space.
Sounds good. So it definitely sounds good. Sounds scary, but still sounds good. So I want to switch gears a sec, if you're cool with it. I hear the term remarketing a lot. Mm-hmm. So let me ask a couple things. Number one, what the hell is it, and why is it so popular right now in the pay-per-click world?
And what was the term you said?
Remarketing.
Oh, remarketing. Oh, yeah, remarketing. One of our favorite things. And I got a ton to talk about this, but this is one of the greatest things since sliced bread for us marketers. Remarketing, let me explain in layman's terms, because I'm sure many of you and many of your listeners have seen this happen but just didn't realize what was happening. You go to a website, right? Let's say you go to eBay, go to Amazon, go to any other site out there, and then all of a sudden you start surfing around the internet and you're on other websites, and all of a sudden you start seeing these ads for the same site that you were just on. And sometimes if you're on eBay and Amazon and looking at a specific product, they'll actually put the product in the ad that you see being displayed on the other websites that you are surfing on. So you're like, wow, how do they know? They're following me around. That's the remarketing technology that's being used today. It allows us to place what's called a cookie or a small snippet of code on your machine to identify that you've been to my website. When you come there, we put that on your machine, and then if you go to any other site, I know that you're on that site, and we can serve you ads on that site. That is called remarketing. It's one of the greatest tools that have really come out in the past couple of years that many people don't know about, aren't really harnessing and using it properly, which means that there's a lot of money to be made. Anytime people aren't aware, or they're scared, or it's too new, that's where our smart marketers are always at. We want to play in those arenas because we know that it's wide open and we're going to ravish the market. So remarketing is a huge and great thing.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Another off the cuff question. How have you seen mobile playing a role in changing the ways in which online marketing is now done for businesses?
Yeah, that's another huge thing. Everything, as we all know, is going mobile. Everything that we're going to see and have done online and with all the applications and everything else is all going mobile. So mobile, and even with Google now, it's affecting your search, our ability to rank your site positively for SEO. Everything's becoming intertwined. Social media, search, mobile, they're all becoming intertwined, and Google is looking at all of them to say, you have to have all the elements to satisfy our clients, or we're not going to reward you with greater results, greater rankings in our search results. So if your site isn't, say, mobile, it's not mobile friendly, it's not optimized, Google's going to see that as a black mark because it's saying, hey, we got a lot of mobile users. I don't want to put you at the top of my search results, and if half of my users can't access your content easily. So mobile is really, really changing the game in a huge way. So I definitely encourage everyone to pay attention to what's going on in that world.
Now, obviously, and I feel like this is kind of a loaded question, but do you recommend your clients to get a mobile app or a mobile website or a responsive design website? Where do you point them?
We point them to both, actually. We point them to both. And really right now, I mean, you want to have a responsive or mobile-friendly site out there, of course, for the sites that you have, but you also want to have an app. That's another untapped, like we call it, like I said, and wherever people don't understand or they really don't get it or there's some confusion is where the money's at. And right now, that's where the money's at because most people don't understand the power of having a mobile application. And when you have that mobile app, you have the ability to be on the person's most personable item that they have, which is their phone. It's on 24/7 constantly. All of us are continually stuck to our phones. So when you have that app there, not only do you have a branding presence, but you have the ability to communicate with those people in such a way that has been unprecedented in any form of marketing communications. You have direct lines to their most sensitive and precious item. So mobile apps is huge. I encourage all small business owners to run and understand that game and get a mobile app in that app store.
I agree wholeheartedly. Man, it's funny. I've been beating that drum for quite a while. As far as, listen, you got to market where they are. You just do. And have you ever? I mean, I find it hysterical. You go to a supermarket, and it used to be people walking around with lists and shopping carts. Now they're all over their phone. I see more accidents at the supermarket now. People running into stuff because they're busy, they're texting, they're doing this, they're doing that, but they're on that phone.
Exactly. It's the number one thing. And what people also don't understand is that is going to become what I call the new domaining game at the Apple App Store. What I mean by that is this. You can only have one name. There's only one person that can have one name in the App Store. If someone claims your business name in the App Store, you can't get that name. So now what's happening is the same thing that was happening that I see happening. It's almost equivalent to the domain game. When domains first came out and all of the smart guys who understood what that was were zapping up all the one-word domain names. I see the same thing happening in the app world because you are owning a property. So now it's not just imperative to get your app out there to deliver what it is you have, but it's also a means of protecting your brand, because I feel like in the future, these are going to be bought and sold the same way that you see these $1 million domains being sold for right now. Got
it. All right. Well, what do you feel are some of the other major online marketing strategies that you've been getting, that you've been using personally to get your clients big results?
One of the biggest things that I would have to really say is Facebook ads. And when Facebook ads first started, all of us marketers hated it. It was just so convoluted. We really weren't able to get great results. Facebook really didn't understand how to implement their advertising system. They've gotten very, very smart over the past, I would say, about year and a half. They've gotten very smart, a lot more savvy, understanding and catering to the marketers. And now they're scaring Google. They are the only person on the planet that has Google a little scared. I will tell people that. And the reason why is because they have all the demographic information, interest, and everything in the world. This is a marketer's dream. This is what we used to pay millions of dollars to get access to, was everything that we're all so willing to go on Facebook and post that, hey, my dog's name is this. My son went to football practice. I went to this club last night, and I like to drink Absolute vodka. Facebook knows everything about you because we all post all that stuff there. But what does that do? It also shows what you like, and it gives them, in return, they gave us marketers the ability to target you based off of the things that you like. Now we can get down to the pinpoint, laser targeted traffic by using Facebook. So we're loving Facebook right now and doing some gangbuster numbers over there.
Spectacular. Is there anything you feel like if you're going to give somebody one major tip they should be using as far as Facebook ads, is there any direction you'd point them in?
I would say that the number one thing that everyone should be definitely going and looking into marketing on Facebook. Facebook, like I said, they're still in their infancy stages. They're coming around. Their stuff is a bit confusing. It's kind of hard to understand and get into what you need without being a professional and doing it every day like what we do. But the basics of what you can do is always put some ads out there to drive people back to your website. And just don't drive them to a website, but drive them to a landing page. If you don't know what a landing page is, that is a one page, not a site. It's just one page that has all the information that your users need, and it's focused. So, for example, we offer a lot of different services. We have pay-per-click, SEO, and landing page designs, and all these different things. But when we're marketing each one of them is separated into its own property, its own landing page. So when I'm driving SEO traffic, everyone goes to SEOjackrabbit.com. When I'm people I know interested in PPC, they go to ppcpitbull.com. Landing pages go to landingpagedesignKings.com. Everything is separated out so that your user's not distracted by going to your website and having to click around and find what they're looking for and not take the action that we want. So landing pages are a huge part of marketing. I would highly advise everyone listening, if you're not familiar, to go out, do a little research on that. You can go to our site, landingpagedesignkings.com, to see a ton of examples of what really makes an effective landing page. But that's what you want to do. Start driving traffic to landing pages and collecting people's information, give away free consultations, give away free ebooks, reports, whatever, to get their contact information so that you can start to build out your audience and start to get new clients.
That's fantastic. Well, we kind of already started into this, so let's move forward. It's time now for our resource of the week. So, how can our listeners find out more about you and your firm, and really how you go about helping entrepreneurs to succeed?
Sure, yeah. You can definitely get me anytime on our corporate site, which is blazinmultimedia.com. That's BLAZIN multimedia.com. Or you can visit a number of our subsidiary divisional sites, like, as I just mentioned, SEOjackrabbit.com, PPCpitbulls.com, landingpagedesignkings.com. But that, we help small businesses and entrepreneurs. I have a real passion for that. We did a lot of work with the larger companies, a lot of big Fortune 500s and celebrities and all that good stuff. And I saw that at the end of the day, all of my small business owners were left in the dust. They just didn't know how to really get their stuff out there. Some of them had some really great products and services. And that's when I started to pick up the ball, and when I really started to offer our marketing services to some of our clients, was when I saw so much of that. I said, man, you guys got some great stuff, but no one knows who you are or where you're at, and we have to get it out there. So I love helping small businesses, people who are really animate and passionate about what they do. We can absolutely help you. We just don't work with the big companies. We have a passion for helping our small business owners and entrepreneurs as well.
Perfect. All right. Let me ask one final question that I absolutely love to ask every one of my guests is, if you could give business owners just one solid piece of advice, did I lose you?
Yep.
Oh,
Jason.
There we go.
Yeah, I cut out for a second there.
Okay, no worries. Let me, if you could give business owners just one solid piece of advice to either help their business or, more importantly, help them to live a better life, what would that piece of advice be?
Man, that's a really deep question. Well, the one thing that I would say in your business, what you should do in terms of helping it and moving it along, is looking to automate and systematize as many things as possible in your business. That's one of the things that we are constantly doing in the only way that you can continue to grow your business and not drive yourself batty because you're working 20 hours a day, is systematizing everything that you can possibly systematize in your business. Anything that somebody else can do that you don't have to do, those are the things that you should hand off to other individuals, coach and train other people to take the responsibilities and do what you do best, because it will make your life and it will make your business and everyone around you a lot more happy and enjoyable because you're doing what you love to do. So that is my one tip, something that I practice as much as I possibly can.
Fabulous. Gary, thank you so much for joining me today. I know how busy your schedule is, and as always, I appreciate you joining us and sharing some of your wisdom with us.
Oh, thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate you having me on.
Pleasure has been mine, sir. All right, folks, that's all the time we've got for today. Thanks for tuning in to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman. For more information about private coaching or to see if you'd benefit from one of our mastermind groups, visit me over at www.jasonmsilverman.com. I look forward to helping you achieve the success that you truly deserve. Until next time, let me leave you with this. Get out there and be the real deal. Set a goal, make a plan, work like hell towards it, and achieve the success that you truly deserve. Now's the time. Get out there and make it happen. Go get 'em, folks. This has been Jason Silverman, and I hope you have a spectacular week.
You've been listening to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman. To access the great resources mentioned in the show and for information on coaching and mastermind group opportunities with Jason, please visit jasonmsilverman.com.